Good evening, all. I am Pretam Sinhaa. I I will I'll stay you my story in something, and we are here to understand basics of PV interview process and little bit of tidbits of what are the basic questions and how to approach the questions in that way. I would suggest everybody to have a note or something like that in the meantime, because whatever I say, it is readily available, and you can connect with me afterwards also for future for your answers. Okay. So a little bit about me, as you already know now, my name is Pretam A. Sinha. I did my master's in pharmaceutical chemistry with a more inclined to computational chemistry. Then I started my journey in a project management company. Then I shifted to PV, and now it is already today. I just completed 10 years in PV. I have worked in various department, major departments like case pressing, like compliance, like agreements, and due to my learning curves or due to my learning aspect, I am almost exposed to most of the PV activities, uh, all around the globe. What are the PV activities which go? So this is a little bit of a professional journey. Apart from professional journey, that is also a part of professional journey, which states that I do attend a lot of different kind of webinars, as well. And in my free time, I do create short videos. I do write content for LinkedIn on my own. I have a newsletter as well. So this is all about me. First of all, I hope everybody is students here, right? So the PV interview, first of all, I must say, let's understand the basics first. What is the basics? You get an interview information from wherever. It can be walk-in interview, it can be face-to-face interview, or definitely some kind of other. In the market for freshers, people do encourage lot of walk-in interviews wherein you got some information. You can walk in with your CV and basic details. You have a level of tests, level of selection criteria, and then you get selected in the company. But before interview, I would say the two three things to be uh, prepare yourself. First of all, you should be a little bit presentable. I must say presentable in the sense, I must not say that you should wear a suit or something like that. At least be presentable. Don't be messy. Don't look something which in which the interviewer might feel that it's not good. Know your profile or CV in a very detailed manner. Even if you are a fresher, even if you are coming from directly from the college, but you have some experience not in PV, but you have some, and that you should know, that you should understand. So that should be very important. And uh, and sit with your CV. It's not that you are only copy pasting. You sit with five CVs and copy paste of some text from all the thing and then make your own CV. Sit with your CV, understand your CV, and make your CV on your way. It should reflect your own journey of your education, and whatever you did, tidbits you did, all things are already there. And knowledge of the job definitely will come in some time. So that is the idea. Okay. So basics. What are the freshers? What are the number of interview types, interviews, number of rounds in the interviews in the freshers interview? There are around 3 to 4 rounds which are there. Okay. First, as if I say about walk-in interviews, you come to that location or the organization wherever the interview is happening. You come and you
One
first.
second, Pritam. Sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt. Could you please share screen so that
I shared. I shared the screen, right?
I don't think so. Now you click it
Okay.
because
Yeah.
it's not visible here.
Okay. Sorry. I
That's completely.
Now it is viewable.
Yeah, please. And please admit some students are still joining.
Okay. Okay. Not an issue.
Please admit them.
Oh, just 2 minutes.
Yeah. No issues.
Yeah. So, hello all newbies who has already just joined now. Uh, so just 2 3 lines from my. I'm Pretam. I just completed 10 years, and I'm here to give you a little bit of updates on PV interviews. Okay, and just to reiterate, we just completed 3 slides. First 3 slides. First slides, as you can already see, there are 4 points, and be presentable, know your profile or CV or resume, don't write or copy from others, and knowledge of the basics. I will give an addition to it. There's a difference between a resume and a CV. Okay, so resume is basically a lengthy document with all the details in, with the detailed aspect of your job description, or and CV is a maximum, it is a 2 page document, not more than that. You don't write a lengthy whatever you have. It is important all around your what to say uh, all around your professional journey or any kind of journey wherein you need a CV or a resume. So this is a basic difference. It's a CV is a very short scripts on in a 2 to 3 pages, depending on your, if you are very, if you have been when you are going in a higher um, years of experience, then it can reach up to 3 pages. But in the initial stages, its maximum is 1 or 2, depending on the requirement. So now we are in the and just confirm once more if it is visible, the screen. Anybody?
Yeah, Pritam, it's visible. You can make it full screen, full size screen. That's
Yeah,
the only.
that's what I was doing. Sorry.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So so now we'll just jump into understand how many round of interviews are there, in refreshers interview basically. So as it is already told, normally there are interviews like walk-in interviews, and although sometimes you do get a call from, sometimes they do campus interviews as well. Some organizations do that. So basic is there are two basic rounds, which is technical round and HR call, HR round or HR call. In technical round, what happens, you get a written test, and then comes the face to face interview with the senior leadership or sometimes managers, and HR call. After completion of technical round, the person who has been shortlisted or selected or have gone to the last level, they get HR call for the offer and other details. So this is basics or of the interview, of any interviews. It's not only fresher interview, all kind of interview have this basic framework. However, there might be some different tidbits. If you say, for example, if you're called for a face-to-face round of interview for one-on-one sessions, first will happen, HR will call you up, understand that whether you are available at the during time. Then they will call you, then you'll given the written test. The written test can also be in the online format. They will give you in COVID time, there are a lot of organization who is giving written test online. You have to perform that written test. Then that there is a series of interview, one, sometimes it can be one interview, two interviews, face to face, not face to face or virtual, anything can happen. Then it comes to HR comes, then as if you get selected, if you complete all the rounds, then HR comes into the picture, and they gives you the offer. This is the basics of interview rounds and all around the globe. There is not, basically it is in India. So major idea of technical question, in following slides you will see a lot of technical questions which is coming up. uh, if anybody wants to tell, I might ask some questions, because you are all equipped with pharmacovigilance. I might need some volunteer to understand the perspective, and then I'll give you my answers to how to respond to the questions. So this is as you already see, there are basic questions of pharmacovigilance definition, why pharmacovigilance, name some HAs or RAs, source of adverse event and valid reports. So, if anybody can volunteer for the first question, what is pharmacovigilance definition? Definition of pharmacovigilance.
Please, anyone, please respond to sir, because everyone got
Pharmacovigilance
right.
is
Go ahead,
it
go
is
ahead.
defined as science and activities related to the detection, assessment, evaluation, understanding and prevention of adverse drug reactions or any other drug related problems.
Yeah. Your name, please.
I'm Tulsi.
Yes, Tulsi.
Tulsi.
Yeah. Thank you, Tulsi, for your detailed explanation, and it is correct. Definitely, it is correct. Uh, I must say, it is a very good way. Sometimes, if you are saying pharmacovigilance definition, it is detection, assessment, validation of signs of your adverse drug reaction. It is true. But the most important thing to this question is how do you approach this question? How do you approach this question in the sense, as an interviewer, we don't want a bookish definition, but we want what do you understand the word pharmacovigilance. We know that whatever you told, it is 100% correct. But if I say pharmacovigilance definition, so when I say pharmacovigilance, I will say that it is basically the vigilance of the drug which is in the market, vigilance activities, or something, science of vigilance activities wherein it comes to the market. So your own understanding of pharmacovigilance is really helpful, because now in the market everybody knows about pharmacovigilance, everybody has that Wikipedia knowledge of pharmacovigilance. So as a pharmacovigilance professional, you need to understand the pharmacovigilance first. So that would be more enticing. I will give you an example, right? It is science and activities of knowing or maintaining the uh, maintaining the medication safety of the product, or like that. Or you can say, if you are okay, benefit risk evaluation of the product. Benefit risk evaluation is very important aspect in pharmacovigilance. Benefit risk in pharmacovigilance, basically what we do is that we increase the benefits and reduces the risk. That is the idea of pharmacovigilance. So if you give this type of answers, the interviewer will understand that, yeah, the person has a knowledge. So science and activities related to benefit risk profiling of the drug, science and activities uh, to to keep on to complete maintain the product in the market, science and medication product in the market. It can be related, it can be not related. So these are the types. So we, as an interviewer, we want understanding of your own understanding of pharmacovigilance. So next question is, why pharmacovigilance? Okay. So why pharmacovigilance? Everybody might get little confused in the questions. I know that, being the part of that. So the thing is that when you pharmacovigilance, you can give us proper answer that in the world, medication is the most important thing. And medication, if medication is there, there will be a vigilance activity continuing in the market. There is no that will be not never be stopped. So pharmacovigilance is a department wherein my job is secure, and there are my job is secure, hence I am opting for pharmacovigilance. That can be one answer. Second answer is that there is you love pharmacovigilance. So if you love pharmacovigilance, there are certain PharmD candidates who have done a lot of work in hospitals, which relates to pharmacovigilance. They're inculcated a lot of interest in pharmacovigilance. So that you can add. So those things, understand. First thing you can take up, and you can frame your own sentence of why pharmacovigilance. So that is one thing. So
One second, Pritham. Could you
yeah,
please
go ahead.
allow few of the attendees still they are outside?
Yeah, please.
Students are messaging me. Yeah, just allow them. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's a valid input, Pritham. I appreciate that. As Sar was telling that it's not the definition which is present in the books, which I always tell you during the session. Sar is highlighting the importance of your understanding, what you are trying to express. Exclusively for PharmD students, whoever are doing clinical works, who are doing a lot of work in PharmD throughout 6 years also, are giving very short answers. That was a general feedback from my side also, Preetham.
Okay.
Sar is highlighting, and even my expectation during mock interviews also, a detailed answers. Detailed answers should help you in a better way. That creates more impression on interviewer. Okay. Thank you, Preetham. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, you that as Kiran told, you can give detailed answer, but not a Wikipedia answer, not a answer which is easily available. If you want to get in the listen, this question for definition of pharmacovigilance, what is PV for a fresher, is a very basic question, because we want to understand as a part of our interview that what do you know about pharmacovigilance, but wherein we only get answers from uh, only Wikipedia answers. We don't want Wikipedia answers. We know, we all, or everybody knows the Wikipedia answer, but definitely it is a little elaborative. But if you add little bit of science in it, just as I told, if you can add that benefit risk profiling or medication safety or maintaining medication safety or those kind of thing, then it weighs up your own statement. And as it weighs up your own statement, you'll the interviewer will understand definitely, yeah, this person have an idea of that, not a Wikipedia definition. Okay, so that is the thing. Should I go ahead? Anybody else for admitting, Kiran?
No. They will
uh,
message me, but yeah, go ahead.
okay, as soon as they message me, let me know. Okay, thank you, Kiran. Lex is HAs and RAs. HAs is basically health authorities, or RAs are regulatory authorities. There is one more add to it. It is CAs, competent authorities. All are almost synonymous terms. So you might say drug regulatory authorities. So I will suggest you to give at least two, three drug regulatory authorities. Anybody from the listeners?
Please tell regulatory authorities which you have learned as a second or third lesson. Please speak out, and so that you are interactive with the sir.
For India, CDSCO. For US, Food and Drug Administration. For Australia, TGA, Therapeutic Goods Administration.
Okay. So thank you, Tulsi. Again, Tulsi, right?
No, sir. Lakshmi Divya.
Okay, Lakshmi. Thank you so much. So you are correct. So I would suggest you have correct the TGA, Sedesco, FDA, EMA. These are known names. Okay, these are known names. I would give you at the back end. You also get some unknown names. Unknown names is Brazil is Anvesa. Okay, Brazil is Anvesa. South Africa is Sapra. And what to say, China is an MPA. So at least some you you give all the known answers, but add some unknown to it, because everybody knows about FDA, everybody knows about EMA. So you just know the names. You already you can search in Google, you'll get a lot of names. So next question is, what sources of adverse events? Anybody? Okay, I'll go ahead. This little up ahead of it. Sources of adverse events can be any sources. Sources from clinical trials, sources from uh, solicited reports, which is solicited reports are basically reports which is uh, which is basically got from under the some kind of programs or some kind of things. And spontaneous reports. Spontaneous report is anybody can report. These are the basic sources of your reports. So that's how the reports are, report sources are there. So in this statement, you have to at least give two or three types of report on you. Everything is on your understanding. This kind of questions is wanted to understand. So I asked somebody on what are the sources of report. They say from hospital. Definitely from hospital. That is the correct answer. From hospital patients, from clinical trials, from, say for example, anybody can report. So that way, sources of adverse events. Then comes valid reports. Valid reports are reports which have four criterias, which is there should be a identifiable patient, there should be identifiable reporter, there should be a identifiable drug, there should be a medication, and there should be a or adverse event. So that is a valid report. Four major criteria of valid report. And out of that, there are, if you have, if you don't have patient also, sometimes there are a lot of other aspect to it. It's okay. Reporter should be identifiable and other things should be there. So valid reports are basics of valid reports. Four criteria. We used to call as prep criteria, which is patient, reporter, event, and drug. So that was the prep criteria. uh anybody for the first question? ADE and ADR. Difference between ADE and ADR.
ADE is a response to a drug which is noxious and unintended, and which occurs at doses in man for prophylaxis, diagnosis, or therapy of the disease, or for the modification of physiological function.
So this is who. Whenever you are answering something, please, I will request you to give your names at the end or at the beginning. It would be helpful for me. Thank you. Hello.
Tulsi sir.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Tulsi. So Tulsi, in the basic difference of AD and ADR is that AD is adverse drugs reaction, ADR is adverse drug event, adverse drugs reaction. So basic difference is that adverse drug reaction is directly related to the medication, whereas adverse drugs event, there is still questionable or not related. So that related causality aspect is not been established. However, in adverse drug reaction, the causality aspect is established. So that is the basic difference between ADE and ADR. So when somebody asks the basic difference, what is ADE, adverse drug event? What is ADR, adverse drug reaction? What is the difference? So ADR is directly related to the medication, which is administered to the patient. Okay. So causality assessment, I will give you this example. Causality assessment is, listen, if somebody has done some courses or some learnings from pharmacovigilance, when you are coming to an interview, and if the interviewer, if an interviewer sees that you have some pharmacovigilance knowledge, then this kind of questions might arise, or this kind of question might arise in any scenarios where causality assessment is basically assessment wherein we check whether the medication is related to the event. So that is the causality assessment, whether the event is caused by the medication. So causality assessment, there are multiple scales of causality assessment, which can be Naranjo scale, Who scale. There are two scales. There are other scales too, Bradford scale. There are French irritability scale. There are multiple scales. But so idea of don't don't think this term or this text or something like that in a very, what to say, high level. You understand in a basic format. Causality means whether the event is caused by the medication or not. That is the assessment. There are multiple criterias, multiple ways it can be assessed. Uh, Anybody for the different, anybody can give now name some of the dictionaries used in PV? Hello. Hi. Am I
Madras,
audible? Yes. Medra. What is full form of Medra?
Medical Dictionary for Regulatory Authorities.
Okay.
Activities, Lakshmi Divya. Lakshmi Divya or Tulsi. Activities, ma. Go ahead.
Activities. Medical Dictionary for Regulatory Activities.
Yes. So just medical dictionary for regulatory activities. There are other dictionaries too, like Who DD, Who has a dictionary. Apart from that, there is company specified dictionary which is in the database. Already is not there the database. I will come with some other questions which came up. So dictionaries. So and one more thing, if I've seen people who write Medra, but they cannot speak a word. If I say, if listen, if somebody says, you said Medra, so I must then, and the second question for Medra will be, can you give two lines for Medra? So I will give you two lines for Medra. If somebody asks you as soon as you say Medra, so Medra is basically handled by WHO under the guidance of Uppsala Monitoring Center, that is based in Sweden, and it is basically contains around 27 system organ class and revised twice a year, once in March, once in September. September is little less. So this is this you 2 3 lines you can give who has developed Medra and who maintains Medra, and when it is updated all throughout the year. So that is the thing. So you I already answered how to answer for the Medra. So the second comes is day zero. Day zero definition. Anybody? Okay. So yeah, everybody is a little shy today. Okay, except Lakshmi and Tulsi. So day zero is basically day zero when the clock starts. So day zero is basically a day wherein when it which is received. Say for example, by the organization whose product the is being administered by the patient. So patient can call the physician and physician can report to the organization. So day zero starts when the organization gets the report for that uh, for that event, whole process of event. So that is known as day zero. Okay. Then come critical trial phases. Clinical trial phases, there are 4 phases. Everybody knows that. Apart from there is another phase which is known as microdosing. Phase zero, certain times it's called. It is also related to safety. So there is, and can you give what, which phase is more important? Not more important. Which phase has more number of patients? Which phase is for efficacy? Which phase is for safety? Anybody?
Phase 3, sir.
Phase three, yeah. Phase three for what?
Phase 3 for confirmation of safety and efficacy, sir.
Yes, you are correct. So, the thing is that I'll give you the details uh, to understand your better way. You are correct. Phase zero is microdosing phase, wherein you volunteer in very micro doses of the drug to obtain the preliminary data. Phase one is human pharmacology trials. Okay, here also you maintain the safety. You start with the safety aspect to it. Phase two is therapeutic and exploratory trials, which is also which is basically for efficacy and safety. Phase three, efficacy and safety monitoring and efficacy and safety monitoring. So phase three and four, and the most important phase is post-marketing phase, which is get approved. So these are all phases of your clinical trial. Phase zero microdosing, wherein it is given to very basic groups of 10 to 15 people, and you check whether it is actually acting or not. Then comes phase one, wherein you check the safety aspect. Then phase two and three is basically safety and efficacy. Efficacy is whether the drug is effective on the human trials or not. So that comes. Sometimes drug classification is also important. Say, for example, if you have some drug classifications like hypertensive drugs or some kind of drugs which is anti-diabetic drugs, which is in the market. But I must say that
The daddy
if
can be. Daddy can be.
Please, can you just go on mute, please?
Pretam, please mute everyone because you are the host. You should be able to go to there and mute all. Mute everyone. Down you have option. Last. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah. So that's yeah. So drug classification is you get a lot of different kind of drugs like antidiabetics, antihypertensives, some kind of oncology drugs. So those things are there. But say for example, you have gone and you I must say for this for Pharm D student, which I have seen that wherein you have mentioned an antihypertensive drug in your own thesis. Uh, when you asked about the classification, when the interviewer asks about your classification or at least gives something from antihypertensive, you get dumb. So you are doing a thesis on related to antihypertensives, say for example, valsartan or telmisartan or something like that. When asked about the classification, at least give some names of other drugs which is already there in the market. You are unable to answer. So when you are doing something, when you are writing in your thesis, so you should be well equipped with your understanding of that, at least that disease area or that classification. So I must say that you need not to fumble, or you need not to tell that I don't remember. It can happen that you sometimes don't remember, but it should not be a shock for you as well and for the interviewer as well, sir, if something is coming up. Okay, so that is the PV thing. So and I'll go to the next level of non-technical questions. Any questions till now from anybody? Anybody has any questions for me?
Please ask Sarma which kind of expectations you are having on pharmacovigilance interview questions, because SAR is in interview panel, SAR is in a lot of companies, vast experience is there. You can ask and clarify with the Sarma. Please. Session is for you. Actually, we have got industry expert only for you. Please talk to Sir in the session itself or post your doubts in our chat.
Yeah, you can be open as you can. This is a discussion forum where, or awareness forum, what kind of question you will get. Or Kiran and I am just trying to give you the understanding of what kind of question you will get. Don't be shy. This kind of forums are really generated for your benefit only. If you don't ask questions, if you don't clear your doubts in the interview process, you listen, interview process in everybody's case, first interview is little scary for everybody. It's not that you will get everything on the first page, but when this kind of sessions are created that you to release your fear, to understand that where you need to walk on yourself, where you need to understand on yourself. So this kind of sessions are just way generated. So please be open to your questions. Any questions I would be happy to answer, and Kiran is also there who would be happy to answer. So let's see the chat if anything is there in the chat. Nothing in the chat as well. Okay.
I think you can move with the slides, Pretam.
Yeah. I will move that. Yeah. Okay. So next slide is how to respond to non-technical questions. So as already said that you have some questions which is non-technical. Uh, so that is the thing. So I will give you 4-5 non-technical questions which is there. Tell me something about yourself. Anybody from the group? Tell me something about yourself. This is a very basic questions. You will not face you will always face this kind of questions in first questions to start the initiate the talk. and you will get this questions to your entire professional career when you are coming to any interview process. So what, tell me something about yourself. So can you just go through, can you just help us to go through your CV in your own words? So the kind of questions are similar. So anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
Girivarshini. I'm graduated in Bachelor of Pharmacy.
Yes.
I have a work experience as a pharmacist in Apollo Pharmacy.
Okay. If possible, everybody can write that. I would like to tell the proper. There is a framework to answer this question. First, you say your name. Okay. You say your name and your degree. Then you come with your just 2 3 lines, not two, sorry, not lines, I must say, but just around half a sentence of your family background, little family background, that where you belong to, and where you are currently in that. Then you give the educational background. As you already told, you're a pharmacist. So from that pharmacy, because if you have an experience, try to relate it to the PV domain as well. So as a part of pharmacist, I used to work then. I'll give you a brief on that. And then comes your experience, and lastly your interest areas. Okay, you need to tell to your interviewer the interest area. So if I say, as I already given my story, I say I'm Pretam Sana. I have around 10 years of experience in PV, and I do come from uh, Kolkata. I have where my parents stay, and I have worked in various domains of PV with this, with the which is compliance, case processing, PV agreements, and I do have immense knowledge of other PV activities which is there in the market, in my free time, I like to attend different kind of webinars. I like to give webinars. I do present webinars, and additionally I do create a lot of content for different social media related to PV. I do have a newsletter on my own. So this is a very short description of your own self, and that's one more thing. Okay. So as I think Tulsi has told that, right? You have a pharmacy background, pharmacy as an intern, right? Who was that?
Varshini, sir.
Varsini. So yeah. So for Varshini, it will be I'm Varshini. I do hail from the city of origin, and currently I am in this city. Just give little bit about parents, that wherein my parents stays or something like that. I currently I am working in a pharmacist in Apollo Pharmacy, wherein due to handling of medicine, the inculcated of how this safety occurs, or what how it comes in my hand, in a pharmacist's hand before going to the patient. So for this all thing, I got to know about pharmacovigilance, and then I that's why I'm sitting in front of it. Those kind of things you need to. In this question, no, you need to summarize your story in a very short and crisp manner. Okay. Yeah. So second question comes is, tell me something about the organization. So you are going to an organization, any organization, it can be any organization. So I must say, at least give something about the organization, because people don't uh, ask questions about this, and people can't answer. So I would suggest you to, if you're going for a freshers or any kind of interview, you have some waiting time all around, and you have your phone in your hand, right? So just search some tidbits and write something on your own, and just if this question comes, just prepare on on spot. You can prepare for this, because sometimes you don't know where is the organization is. Sometimes in walk-in interview you don't even know what the organization is. Okay. So that that uh, you can on spot you can prepare. We just don't need a lot thing, just basics. What you are coming, say, coming to organization, what do you know about the organization? Okay. So that is the thing. In my case, if you're working in a third party, so say for example, you got an opportunity in TCS. So you just say that TCS is very world-renowned service provider organization who has an immense knowledge and immense people with knowledge process. There are a lot of knowledge around the globe. So that is the thing. Is a very important organization. If you are in you just Google it, you will get something. Handling pressure. So this is one question. Is a very tricky question. Handling pressure means, say for example, you get five, it's case processing, you get five cases, and you assess that out of that three are very high priority thing. So how will you manage that? And two are uh, you can it is not that high priority. So the managed pressure is that I will first go with the with high priority activities first, then I'll complete that, then I'll come to the low priority activities or medium priority activities. So that is one way of handling pressure. Or if somebody, if say for example you have lot of work to do, you are confused, how will you handle pressure? What will you do to complete all that activity? That time you can say that, being a non multitasker, I will take one at a time and complete with utmost corporate utmost dedication, and then I will get back to that. So that way you can do that. 5 years from now, that is one question. So the question is that 5 years from now is a question which is want to see that stability, whether you want to stay with the organization or something like that. You can say that uh, 5 years from now I will be learning I will learn in the organization. I will learn and grow along with the organization, or something like something like adaptability, something like leadership, something like that. So this questions normally doesn't come much, but that is one aspect to it. Any interviewer for questions, yeah. So this question people don't ask, first of all. So the people don't ask any questions for the interview. You can ask questions because you questions like that, what can be a day in a life, or the job role you are being vouched for. So what kind of a day be, or how many products are there in the market, what are what is the main concerns which you face in the team. So that kind of questions you can ask, and which I can solve it. Because listen, being a fresher, you are a fresher in pharmacovigilance, you're not fresher in the world, right? So you might have some existing experience from your personal life also, which you can implement to solve some problems internally also in the work organization. So that way you can try to figure out the questions for the interviewer. So uh, the another C is that, to this technical round questions or any kind of face-to-face interviews, that be true and confident. Listen, if you have a PharmD degree which on which you have not completed your PharmD dissertation, and you are saying I will join next month, that that uh, that doesn't suit. We already know that you cannot join next month because you have not completed your dissertation. You need more time to join, but we want from next month. So I'm giving you true examples. So this kind of thing really implies a lot of confusion in the heads of the recruiting person. So you need to be very sure that very true and confident. True, definitely true, and definitely confident. Whatever you say, even if you say some wrong answers, you need to be confident on that. Okay. Learning capability, you need to understand, you need to see that what are the learning capability is also important in terms of your 5 years journey, 5 years from now. Learn, understand the current skills, what are the skills that are coming in the market, understand that, though, that is also thing. Handling of question promptly. Listen, sometimes what happens when somebody gives you a question, you get very confused. You know the answer. Sometimes there are certain uh, interviewees know the answer. I've seen interviews who know the answer, but when you asked, say for example, you are saying you have completing a question, and second of all you get another question. You know the answer for the question, but you can just out of forgetfulness or out of something, you don't able to answer. So in that scenario, what do you say? Sir, give me some 2 minutes time, or just calm down a bit, or something like that. Don't try to give. I've seen people wherein they have given an answer, then I cross-checked, cross questioned, they have given the correct answer. So that is one thing. And most important thing, don't fake anything. Whenever you don't know the answer, say I don't know the answer. That's okay. But if you're faking, say for example, if I'm asking you medra, you say medical dictionary for rheumatoid arthritis. It is not correct, right? Medical dictionary or medical regulatory. Understand the tone which I'm trying to say. I asked you what is the full form of medra, and you are saying medical regulatory. So that is that understand the interview, understand that you don't know it. But when you don't know it, say don't know. I don't know, sir. I will. Please let me know, or like that. So that is one thing. So post technical rounds, after completion of everything, there is a post technical rounds to it. What happens in post technical rounds? So first, as soon as you get selected and all, then HR will call you up and provide you the offer. Okay. So this there is one point here. Avoid background noise for any virtuals. When you're talking to somebody for job interview, you need to avoid a little bit of background noise. You need to be little polite. You if say for example you am in middle of some any work. I'm not telling that you only work or something. You are in middle of some work. You got a HR call, then you you did receive the call. They You should respect their time and their time too, and your time too. Definitely your time too. You also need to respect. So be polite, and whenever you get a HR call, say for example you're studying and you're very busy, and then you get a HR call and you say you don't understand, and you said something which the HR also didn't understand, you also didn't understand. But if for that kind of call, you need to be, you can say to HR, "Oh, ma'am, I am little uh, occupied now. Can I call you in half an hour or something like that?" That is okay. But whatever HR is telling and whatever you are telling, if both the conversation, both the person doesn't understand, that does not look good. See, always complete your conversation with not even HR, anybody, with a thank you. It shows a lot of gratification. If you show gratification, no, people will be very happy to help you. So that is the idea. And say for example, you have received the offer, and you everything is done. You have received the offer in the email, and after that, you have already accepted that offer. Then you follow up after 2 3 days or after 7 days. You send them cool emails, stating that, sir, ma'am, or the dear concerned person, I've already accepted the offer. Is there any update which you require from my side or something like that? Or say for example, if everything is virtual, you when you receive the first call, when you receive the first interview call, or after completion of the interview, we just send off a follow-up email stating that sorry, you send the follow-up email stating that it was a wonderful interview or something like that. You can also send cold emails to HR, like that. Cold emails are basically normal emails wherein you say thank you note to them, and then say that is there anything else is needed or something like that. So this is the basic framework of interview. So now the forum is open to questions. I would encourage everybody to ask question, and if Kiran is present, Kiran can also add to the whole portfolio to that also. Hello.
Ma, any questions from your side?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please ask, sir, because we have taken sir valuable time, and sir is sharing his vast experience, and sir is celebrating his 10th anniversary of vigilance journey with us. Yeah, I think next 5 minutes we will take, not more than that, Pritham.
Okay,
Please
not an
ask
issue.
your questions directly to sir, because this forum is for you, because Kiran sir will be there, and Pritham sir also is associating with us for sharing his knowledge through webinars and joining webinars and sharing his valuable inputs. Please questions అడగండి అమ్మా. శారద, లిఖిత, కిరణ్
Yes.
సార్ ఒక్కడే ఇండస్ట్రీ ఎక్స్పర్ట్ కాదు, అంటే మీకు తెలిసిన ఇండస్ట్రీ ఎక్స్పర్ట్ సారు. but we have almost 21,000 connections here. We will bring some experts on and off weekly or monthly or bi-monthly. Adagande questions adagande. I'll go on mute. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, sir. How should we answer if the interviewer asks the question, why should I hire you?
Why should I hire you? So that questions, why should, why do you feel that they should hire you? First question for answer to your questions. Tell me, why should I feel? Why should you feel to want to get hired? Don't say so. You in this question, uh, whatever I said for why PV, right? I said answer to why PV. So that thing you can incorporate that PV. Why should I hire me? Because I am a keen interest in PV. PV being a more secured job option, wherein I also want security in terms of job aspect. That's why and PV is a very vast field where I can keep on continue continue learning and add value to the organization and my own portfolio too. I hope this answers the question.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Please ask questions. We have 4 more minutes. We can take 2 to 3 more questions, Samma. And just to add to Lakshmi Divya's question, you should give solid answers, Lakshmi Divya. You should give your strengths that you are trained and certified, and you are the right fit for this job, right?
Yes,
You
Yes.
should
sir.
always add your strength. Don't worry. Sai Rikta have posted one question here, Pretam.
Yes.
How to handle pressure during interviews? That's a very valid question here. That was a very tricky question. Go ahead.
First of all, I must say, don't panic. Okay.
Hmm.
So please don't panic. Interviewer is also a person. You are also a person. So I would, I must say, don't panic. Take, if you are panicking outside, it will come into the interview room as well. So that is a part of pressure, I must say. So release your panic. You must, whatever you feel, you can. That time, I must say, don't read about PVs. Don't read about PV. If you read about a lot of about PV, no, your pressure will increase, and then the whole thing will go in vain. So I must say, don't panic, don't be comfortable, be calm. Try to you know your ways how to calm yourself, right? I cannot tell, there are multiple ways I must tell, I can tell, but you know your own ways how you calm yourself. Calming does not calm yourself, then go into the arena wherein you are getting interviewed. If you're, so that is a way of handling pressure. You can do some breathing exercises. There are a lot of breathing exercises like diaphragm, like there are a lot of breathing exercises you can do, and you can compose yourself. You just listen to very soft music which calms your mind, because this pressure comes when your mind is very disturbed. When your mind is disturbed, that's why the pressure comes. So try to understand how to calm yourself and then go to the interview board. Any questions again?
Hardly we can take one more question. Ma. Don't think otherwise. If you are still having questions, write it to me. I'll try to answer, or else I'll forward it to Pretam sir also. And Pretam, one request from your side: share
Yes.
your LinkedIn ID so that our students are getting connected to you, and you are growing your network, and our students are also growing our network.
Yeah. Sorry, I would about to tell at the end that I
Yeah,
normally tell at the
please,
end about
because
LinkedIn ID. If you can connect to my LinkedIn ID, you will.
yeah, because a lot of our students are making very good profiles on LinkedIn nowadays, and I could
Mm.
see their yeah. Share your ID, that link in chat itself. Yeah, that would be fine. If I want to share, I need to share in 20+ groups. But if you can share here, that will be more helpful.
No, I will share it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will share it here.
Yeah. Take it from chat itself, ma. Yeah. Thank you, Sai Likita. Thank you for your valid question. Sir, you have sent it in chat. You have sent it to waiting room participants. What you can do is you send it to everyone, Pretam, please.
Yeah, it's not in everyone. Sorry.
Yeah, setting was changed because we were focusing on waiting participants, right?
Wait. Yeah, it's just wait.
It's
Just give me
okay.
a
It's
minute.
okay.
I'll just try to figure out with the contact info.
Mhm.
It was not coming in that thing actually.
That's okay.
The hyperlink is not coming. So
Yeah, no issue. Any doubts? Please
yeah. So
post to me. Yeah, we have
if
industry expert with us. Go ahead, Pretam, sir.
yeah, so thank you, Kiran, for the providing and thank you for wonderful questions. And I must tell you, you have a lot of people like Kiran, like me, whom you can approach through LinkedIn. In our time, there was no LinkedIn. There was no connections. So we have learned on my own, but you have the facility of LinkedIn wherein you can connect with industry experts to understand what is what. So use this facility to connect with us to understand what's going in the market. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Pretam. And you make me host, and you can, you can take off. Yeah, make me host. Yeah, click on my ID. Click
Yeah.
on my
Okay.
ID.
Yeah. I know. So sorry. Yeah.
No. Participants and make me host. Thank you once again, ma'am. You could spare time for our students. Yeah, go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make host.
Done.
Make host.
Yes. Done.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Yeah, thank you,
So
Pretam.
that recording happened.
Yeah, it is still showing. It is, I think it's getting to cloud now. We'll upload it by Sunday. We'll
Yeah,
upload it
anytime.
by
Just give me the link because I just wanted to listen to me.
Sure, man. Sure. But I'll talk to you later after this session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the event of time, we'll close the meeting, or we
You
can
can
take some more
drop off.
questions.
Yeah. You can drop off. I'll talk to them and I'll take few more questions for you.
Yeah.
Because
Thank you so much.
because it's your day, I don't want to take it much from family time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Take care. Take care, Kiran.
Thank you,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Take care all. Take care all. Bye.
Yeah. ఎలా ఉంది సెషన్ ఓకేనా యూస్ఫుల్ ఏనా
యూస్ఫుల్ సార్
ఇప్పుడు ఒక్కొక్క మేనేజరు ఒక్కొక్క ఇంటర్వ్యూ పర్స్పెక్టివ్ ఒకలాగా ఉంటుంది బట్ ఎవరి దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళినా అవే క్వశ్చన్స్ ఇది ఎందుకు హైర్ చేయాలి నెక్స్ట్ 5 years లో ఏమవ్వాలనుకుంటున్నారు అండ్ మీకు పీవీ గురించి ఏం తెలుసు కానీ నాకు బాధ వేసే విషయం ఏంట్రా అంటే మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ ఆర్ గివింగ్ 1 line 2 line ఆన్సర్స్ అలా ఎవరు ఇవ్వకండి అంటే ఇప్పుడు వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు కూడా ఎవరు అంటే మాక్సిమం ఈ బ్యాచ్ లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళు ముందు బ్యాచ్ వాళ్ళు అంత ముందు అంటే లాస్ట్ 2 to 3 months బ్యాచ్ వాళ్ళే వచ్చారు ముందు వాళ్ళు కూడా రాలి బట్ ఐ ట్రై టు ఇన్వైట్ ఎవ్రీవన్ ఎందుకంటే నాకు నాలెడ్జ్ షేర్ చేయాలా పిల్లలకి జాబ్లు ఇప్పించాలన్న తప్పించి ఇంకోటి తెలియదు బట్ ఆల్వేస్ రిమెంబర్ ట్రై టు గివ్ డీటెయిల్డ్ ఆన్సర్స్ ఏంటి డీటెయిల్డ్ ఆన్సర్స్ ఇప్పుడు మేము కోర్సెస్ అమ్మేటప్పుడు కూడా ఏమని చెప్పాం మేము మా కోర్స్ చేరితే ఇన్ని బెనిఫిట్స్ ఉంటాయి ఇన్ని అడ్వాంటేజెస్ ఉంటాయి అనేది ఒక వర్షన్ అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం మిమ్మల్ని హైర్ చేయాలి ఎందుకు హైర్ చేయాలి అని చెప్పినప్పుడు మీ ఆన్సర్స్ ఎలా ఉండాలి లిఖిత సోని అండ్ దుర్గా మీరు చెప్పండి విచ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ ఆన్సర్స్ షుడ్ యూ గివ్ స్మాల్ ఆన్సర్స్ ఇవ్వాలా